So, so welcome everyone. It is officially 6:01. We're going to begin our meeting. And like I mentioned before, as we go along, people normally come in a little bit later, but we want to get the meeting started because we got a full house for our last official meeting for 2024. And we will resume our meetings in March of 2025. So, like I said, we want to make sure this meeting is as impactful as possible. So let me begin. My name is Bridget Bauman, and I am the president of San Bernardo Park Association. San Bernardo Park Association is around, oh, this is not the first one. Let's go back to the first one, Kim. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me begin again. My name is Bridget Bauman. I'm from San Bernardo Park Association, and I'm the president. San Bernardo Park Association boundaries are the streets from east side of Greenfield Road to Stratmore, between West 7 Mile and Northwest James Cousin Freeway, between 7 Mile Road and Greenfield Road. We want to let you know that we do a weekly email blast where we share information throughout beyond our neighborhood and throughout the state of Michigan as well. So if you're interested in signing up for our weekly email blast, please call or text 313-437-1062 or email sbpa_blockclub@yahoo.com to sign up for updated information that San Bernardino Park Association receives for the community-wide events, programs, and services. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm gonna let you know the San Bernardo Park Association is surrounded by several churches, businesses, and organizations. We refer to all renters, homeowners, churches, businesses, and organizations as San Bernardo Park Association neighbors. And we just want to remind everyone that if please visit the churches, organizations. Please visit the churches, organizations, and businesses and patronize the businesses in our community. And how you can find out about those businesses by simply scanning the QR that you see on this screen right now, or you can always call us and we will give you a list of all of our businesses, community, churches, and organizations that support our neighborhood. Let's go on to the next one, please. Okay. Now, I also want to remind everyone that San Bernardo Park Association membership dues can now be paid by Cash App, check, money order, and also Zelle. So to pay by Zelle, by Cash App, you can scan the QR code that's shown here, or you can send your payment to $SBPA contribution dues and include your street address and phone number, or you can pay by Zelle. I'm not going to go through that whole thing. If you want to pay by Zelle, just give us a call at 313-437-1062, and I will be happy to provide you with the information to do Zelle or to remind you what the information is for Cash App. Now, we also accept checks and money orders and also cash if we have our in-person meetings. Okay, let's go on to the next one, please. Okay. I think that takes care of everything. No, we gotta go back to the one with the oh, I didn't have that one. Okay, let me just to say with this. I didn't have that one, Kim. Let me just go ahead and describe what the next one was. Had a little technical interest. Just want to remind everybody that to reach our San Bernardo Park Association police officer, neighborhood police officer, you need to contact Sergeant McGee. And her phone number will be 313-596-1221. And you can contact her about all non-medical and recurring quality of life issues. Also, we have a free food box giveaway that's offered every Friday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. January through December 2024, and that's offered through the Methodist Center, and that's every Friday. Okay, and I also want to mention that another announcement, we want to help create a San Bernardo Park Association police radio patrol. We have had a few statistics that we provided, but unfortunately, you can't see the screen. From July 22nd through September 20th. Oh, you got that one. Okay, I see you. Okay, let me just backtrack. The following stats are for a 60-day period from the time period of July 22nd to September 20th as reported crime in our San Bernardo Park Association community. We had aggravated assault was 13, arson 0, burglary 8, homicide 0, larceny 5, larceny from vehicles 2, rape 3, robbery 4, stolen vehicles 27, and damage to property. Now, we mention these things not to scare you, but to let you know that if we work together as neighbors, we can organize a radio patrol and we can reduce any type of crime activities significantly in our neighborhood by simply participating. But what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to see how many people are interested in starting a radio patrol. Once we get a list of people, we will schedule a meeting and let you know, hey, we're going to do it this particular place at this particular time, and we can begin the process. I'm going to mention to you before, for those who might remember, we did start a radio patrol back in 2019. We had, like I think, 15 participants. We had everything going. Everybody took the classes. Everybody was approved. We was ready to launch that radio patrol in 2020, April of 2020, when COVID hit. So once COVID was over and we can get together again, we couldn't find enough people enthusiastic enough to begin the process all over again. So now we want to try to do it again sometime next year. So give me a call or give us a call at 313-437-1062 and leave your phone number and email address. And like I said, once we get enough people who might be interested, we can begin the processes of arranging meetings so you can learn more about what a radio patrol does and how you can participate. And like I said, we must work together if we want a safe neighborhood. So let's move on to the next one. I think that's about it. We're going to go on to the people who are going to be at this meeting. Again, we want to go through this. First of all, let me just say we have a pretty packed meeting today where we will be having several speakers. I'm just going to announce the speakers before we begin them. We have guest speakers of Jake Arns from Human IT, guest speaker Sandra Gilbert from SHAR, guest speaker Emily Athey from Project Health Community. And if I pronounce the name incorrectly, I apologize. We're going to have guest speaker Regina Weiss, who is a Democratic candidate for District 5 state representative. Kim Tandy's going to come on to talk about the different things she's doing in the city of Detroit. And if you have any questions that you want to answer, she can address those. We also going to have someone from Councilwoman Angela Calloway office, Detroit Public School Community District, Wayne County Clerk office, and District 5 County Commissioner office as well to provide updates. So with that in mind, I want to go into the first guest speaker. And I see that he's already on here. Jake, did I pronounce your last name correctly? Is it Arns?
It's Arns.
Arns. Okay.
Yep. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine.
You're the first person. This is the first time we've been trying to get you to come to one of our meetings for a long time. But this won't be the last time we ask you to come. So please, please go ahead and let everybody know what Human IT is.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again, Bridget, for having me here for the San Bernardo Park Association meeting. Again, my name is Jake Arns. I'm the Digital Equity Center Retail Supervisor for what's called Human IT on 7 Mile. And what we are is we are a digital tech nonprofit that has been here in the city of Detroit for 5 years, since 2019. What we do is we partner with GM and Rocket Mortgage, and we get their old devices, and then we got them and refurb them ourselves in our warehouse, which is in Focus Hope over on Oakland Boulevard. And then we either give them to people that are in need of computers, like with different community-based organizations, or we also sell them at low cost, which is where I'm at, the Digital Equity Center. It's kind of think of like a retail store, but it's more of like a community space. And we're on the corner of 7 Mile and Sobel. So just right down the street from you guys, in San Bernardo Park, about 2 miles or so. And our biggest thing is we're just trying to bridge the digital divide here in Detroit. So when we came here in Detroit in 2019, And actually, this is our 5-year anniversary. We just celebrated it last week of us being here in Detroit. It was right before the pandemic hit, and there was a connectivity rate of resident to computer to internet. It was 34% in the city, which is very, very low. And so one of our co-founders is from the metro area. And when Human IT had success out in California, which is originally where we started back in 2011, once that gained traction and they were able to do stuff in LA, the co-founder James wanted to come to Detroit and give back and bridge that digital divide. So again, we came here, October 2019, and then obviously we know what happened in February and March of 2020, pandemic hit. So we were the ones that partnered with HP that helped supply the 55,000 devices to the DPS CD students during the virtual learning. And then we also set up 12 tech hubs around the city that would service all of those, tablets and Chromebooks and laptops and stuff for the students while they're in virtual learning. Last year, in June of 2023, we opened up the Digital Equity Center, which again, 7 Mile in Stouffville, right there on the Avenue of Fashion and 7 Mile in Livernois. And it was the thought of not just having a retail space or a computer store, which actually we're technically the first computer store that's been in Detroit since really Staples on Jefferson had closed. But we wanted to give access to Detroiters, to digital devices, low-cost internet, free digital literacy skills training, and just making it readily available. So we've had a lot of success. So I teach a free digital literacy skills course a couple Saturdays a month. Basically, it's like a computers 101. I encourage anyone, if you ever have any questions about technology, please come on by or call us. I will gladly answer your questions, any of them. It doesn't even have to be about computers. If you're having trouble with your phone or a tablet, please bring it on in. We also do free e-recycling. So if you have any old technology at home that you're just like, I've had this computer for 20 years, I haven't turned it on, I don't know what to do with it, and I have no use for it, we'll take it off your hands for free and make sure that it's properly recycled. And so we also have low-cost internet for any of those that are on any kind of assistance, whether it be food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, you're a veteran, or if you're on any form of Social Security, you can get low-cost internet through us. That's $14.99 a month. So, there's a lot of barrier between getting people connected to the internet is that it costs a lot of money. So we try to mitigate that. But again, we're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I'm usually there every day. And I'm always happy to answer questions. Anything that you need help with, please bring it on in. And the other thing too is we have low-cost tech repair services as well. You get a free consultation on what the tech repair is, and it's 2 flat fees, $39.99 or $59.99. So
Okay. I'm gonna open up to some questions. First of all, I just want to make sure we get it. You said you offer free low income internet for those who need. Is that like a hotspot or is actually a connection to a modem and stuff?
we offer low-cost internet for anyone that's income qualified. It's $14.99 a month. So, and it's a mobile hotspot through T-Mobile.
Okay.
And so that's internet wherever you go. So, you can literally take it, put it in the car with you, take it with, put it in your purse or your bag, take it to church, take it to the store. I've used it down at Belle Isle. I've even used it on a boat, and it works. It's you can just be on your laptop, in the park, or on any kind of your tablet. It's really, really cool. So
when you I was going to ask you if someone's interested in finding out the prices that come to your physical location, but do you also have can they also get information from your internet, your webpage, or where else can they get information about how much it might cost to purchase one of your laptops?
yeah, you can absolutely go to our webpage, which is store.human-i-t.org. And that has it's pretty reflective of like what we have inside of the store. But sometimes like what's in the store is a little different than what's on the online page. But you could always give us a phone call and I can, let you know like what we have on hand. We're going to be having a holiday sale coming up starting on, right after Thanksgiving on Black Friday. And we're looking and doing some like, pretty inexpensive like bundles where you can get like a laptop bag or a speaker with a device. We're still working on the pricing, but the last one that we did, we were doing like a Chromebook laptop with a laptop bag for $100. And I'm imagining it's going to be something pretty similar to that. But you're always more than welcome to call me, if you want to, get some prices on what I have or what's in my inventory. You can always come on down if you're in the neighborhood. Again, it's not just a store, it's a community space, so we just want you to come in and, just come see what it's like. And we're also in, if you guys know, we're in the old B. Siegel building. So that's where we're at. And if you come inside our store, we've actually, when they were building it out, they tried to keep as much of like some of the original B. Siegel stuff in there. Like there's the outline of the grand staircase on our wall and the floors, they're like original, and it's really, really cool. So, but I just encourage you guys, with that, any kind of tech questions and stuff, please come see me. I'm more than happy to help you.
Okay, one other question. You said that you do a free class, was that twice a month?
Yes. Yep. A free digital literacy skills class. It's just like computers like 101, just kind of teaching you, about like Windows operating systems, Chromebooks, Apple's, how to connect to the internet, the different browsers there are, how to operate your email, how to operate Zoom calls, and also just teaching you the basics of like what a computer is, and it's, I've had a lot of success with it, because it's generally a lot of senior citizens that like are taking the course that, they have just a lot of apprehension about like computers. And then, I just basically, just use simple terms and stuff like that. I try to not, I don't talk like, techie and geeky and stuff like that when we're teaching it, and it's super simple, and they take super well to it. Everyone's been so appreciative of it. And we also like do like lessons like with your mouse, typing lessons and stuff like that. I've actually started to pick up like typing lessons, trying to increase my words per minute again, alongside like, with my students. So like I said, yep, a couple Saturdays a month, usually either the second or fourth Saturday, just kind of depends on like what we have going on. So
thank you.
No problem.
Do we have any more questions from the audience?
Yes, hello, Mr. J. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, yeah, I just had two questions. My first question is, are those digital literacy classes online or are they in person? I didn't hear it earlier.
So the digital literacy course, you can do it online, and technically it is online, but I do our online course in person.
Okay, because I was just asking for my aunt because she needs a digital literacy class, so I didn't know if she could still participate if it was in person or online.
Oh, absolutely. Like, because what we do is we just, and it's free. We just sign her up for the course, get her account, started, with on our online, like forum or, curriculum. And then she can come in like, and like I keep the class size small, mind you, it's not like I have like 10 or 12 people. I usually try to keep it at most 4, because I like to be able to focus one-on-one, like with each one of my students. And I have, I have what my associates, which are called my digital navigators, that like help like, alongside the course too, because I feel like, when you have like 10 or 12 more people, 10 or 12 people, and just the way we're set up, I can't really be like hands-on like with my students and stuff like that, because a lot of people, they come in not really knowing a lot, so, please send your aunt on by, and take down the information, and she can, we can get her signed up for it. So I'd be more than happy to teach her.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll make sure to get this information to her. And my second question was, do you all fix printers or take printers?
Oh, yeah, well, absolutely. If you want to recycle a printer, we can definitely do that. And then fixing a printer, we can definitely take a look at your printer and see, like, try to diagnose the issues with it.
Okay, because I just didn't want to throw my printer away if it was still usable. So I'll make sure to bring it on up there to you all. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And just to touch base on like the tech repair stuff, we can pretty much do anything except for screen replacements. And then like screen replacements and any kind of like physical damage to like say like the casing like of your laptop or like a desktop. But like if you need like a battery in your laptop change, we can do that. We can like do some like keyboard like work and stuff like that. But generally a lot of the work that we do, it's kind of more like the internal. So it's like people like need files extracted or transferred over. We gladly do that. System upgrades, we can do that. Extracting like viruses and stuff off of your computer, well, you can also do that too.
Okay, we can take one more question. Do we have, if anybody else has a question?
Jen, I don't have a question. This is Kim Tandy. I just want to, I do want to just say a couple words about this. So this is like having an Apple Store environment because it is absolutely beautiful inside with the same kind of attention that you would get in those stores and in your Best Buy Geek Squad within the city of Detroit without all of that other. The service and the help, and Jake is incredible when you come in there, but the all of the staff it's really incredible and it's refreshing and it's right here in our community. And we will not get another opportunity to have anything like this if we don't support the store. So it's really important that we come in and support it, and it is incredibly useful. I bought a computer for my daughter in here. We had some problems with it. Immediately, the attention that I got, I would have never gotten that anyplace else. And so I just wanted to really say thank you to Jake, but to Human IT from about bringing this into our community and us allowing us to have access to that.
Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate your support, so much. And on behalf of Human IT, we, appreciate those words and your continued support of us, in the community. So thank you so much.
And I want to thank you too for coming and talking to us today. I just want to remind everyone and who's speaking today that we have I do a what you missed email blast after this meeting's over, where we will be able to provide all the materials that was provided and to give you a summary of what the meeting is. That will go to everyone who does not attend this meeting. So I want to thank you very much, Jake, for finally being able to, for me, finally being able to catch up with you and share this very valuable information with the people in our community and beyond. And like I said, this won't be the last time. We'll be calling you back for come back again. All right.
Absolutely. I'll be, when you restart that meeting back up in March, like sign me up. I'm there. So
okay, sounds wonderful. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Bridget, and thank you guys so much. And I hope to see you all soon.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to move on to our next speaker. Again, this is someone new to our community. I think she's here. Are you here, Miss Gilbert? Are you here?
She was.
Sandra? Is she still here? She's gone?
I don't see. No, she's on.
Okay, can you unmute yourself?
It looks like her audio is not.
It's not working?
Yeah, I see it's video, but I don't see her audio.
She's saying yes in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, so Miss Gilbert, we can't unmute you. Can you unmute your
audio now under S. Gilbert? Miss Gilbert, can you talk and see if we can hear you?
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna let's see if we can figure this out, Miss Gilbert. So first, we're gonna go to Ebony, and then we're gonna come back to you and see if we can get you back on. So just stay online, don't disappear, or you can try to use a phone number that I gave you in the text I sent you. And I'll send that to you again too. So if you won't, you can call us and just do it from phone in. So for right now, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next speaker where we try to get this straightened out. And this is what happens when you're live. Okay. So Emily, Did I pronounce your last name Athey?
Yeah, Athey, long A. I think that's long.
Okay. I am so glad I
No.
got a chance to meet you, and I reached out to you and I said, well, you sound like you have a very interesting program, and we would like you to share with our community.
I am so happy. Thank you, Bridget, for having me. First, I need to shout out Jake from Human IT because I had no idea you guys did all that. I stopped in after the coffee and conversation with Calloway, and I was like, wow, look at this great store. I didn't know you guys did all that other stuff, so that's phenomenal, and I will be referring people. So, yeah, thank you for all you guys are doing. Anywho, but moving into my stuff. So, hi everyone, I'm Emily Athey, and I'm with Project Healthy Community. If we want to move to the next slide, whenever we get a chance. So yeah, oh, there we are. So I'm with Project Healthy Community, and we are a nonprofit based in Northwest Detroit, and we focus on health and wellness in Northwest Detroit specifically, and we work with all age groups on a variety of initiatives. Go ahead and go to the next slide, please. You guys are probably all familiar because we're real close to your Black Club. So we are based out of the Northwest Activity Center, and here we do most of our programming. We have a summer camp here. We do adult programming. We also run a food pantry, and I'll get more into the specifics of all of those shortly. But if we want to go ahead and go to the next slide. I would love to talk about our school programming. Our school program is kind of the crown jewel of what we do at PHC. So we teach nutrition to grades 1, 3, 5, and 8. We're in about 16 schools, most of which are in Northwest Detroit. And our nutrition lessons, we focus a lot on My Plate. I don't know if anyone's familiar. It used to be the food pyramid, but now it's called My Plate. And so we focus on that, making healthier eating choices, physical activity, all that good stuff. And in addition to just teaching nutrition, we also work with the whole school on different health and wellness initiatives, whatever they feel is necessary. So at some schools, that might look like starting a school garden. At other schools, it might mean delivering food to families in need. So whatever the school identifies as a nutrition need, we're here to help them with that. So go ahead, go to the next slide for me. And this will be a bit more relevant to you all, even though I love our youth programming. Some of the big things we do, we focus on food security. You know, you can't just talk about nutrition without having it. So we want to make sure people have access to healthy food in the community. So if you've been to the Northwest Activity Center, we manage the community garden there. It is available to everyone all the time. A lot of people I've realized they don't know, like there's this garden there and they don't know they can just go in themselves and harvest and take anything they want from it. You know, it's for the community. We just make sure it operates. So yeah, and then also at different points in the year, we have an Ask the Farmer program. So that man in the picture, Mr. Marcellus, he is phenomenal. He's been on National Geographic. The guy knows what he's talking about when it comes to farming in your own backyard. So I will send the information to Bridget and also drop it in the chat if anyone's interested. And then also on the right, you can see we have a mobile food pantry. Again, I will drop the flyer in the chat and send it to Bridget so she can send it out. But once a month, every fourth Thursday, we have a mobile food pantry at the Northwest Activity Center. So you come through with your car, we load up your trunk, and you get out of there. So that's something we offer. Anyone can come through. We do have walk-ups, but you know, if you don't have a car. But yeah. So go ahead, go to the next slide for me. Also, you can stay on the slide, but as I'm thinking, with our mobile food pantry, again, we realize a lot of people don't have cars or some people are homebound for a variety of reasons. So something we're working on is a food delivery system. So when we have that pantry, we want to work on delivering to people who can't make it to the pantry. And if that is you or someone you're interested in, someone you know of, let me know. I'm going to put my phone number in the chat and you can let me know and we'll put them on our list for food deliveries. Outside of that, we also have the family wellness program, and this is kind of the umbrella. We have so many programs under this. It says virtual series, but it's hybrid. So it's a 16-week program. And through that, you have access to walking groups, cooking classes. You get time, one-on-one time with a dietitian, a doctor, a nurse, a mental health specialist. And this is all for free. All you gotta do is sign up and show up. But it's really great. And this is all for adults. So I take care of all our youth programming, but we have this adult programming as well. It's all free. There's no catch, I promise. It's just all good stuff. So I'd love to open it up to any questions if anyone has anything.
I was going to ask you, said this open, you just mentioned it's open to everyone, both your food pantry and your community garden. Can you just mention where your community garden is again?
Yes, so our community garden, it's based at the Northwest Activity Center. It's in the back by the parking lot. You just gotta walk through there. The playground's under construction right now, might be a little hard to access. And I'm not sure what cold weather crops we'll be having, but obviously during spring and summer, there's a lot to offer. Lots of greens, this crazy variety of greens. I've never even heard of some of them. So that's at Northwest, and then the food pantry is also at Northwest, and I will drop those once I'm done talking. I'll drop those in the chat.
Okay, so you've been doing the this community garden for a couple years now.
Yeah, 10 years probably.
Okay, and like I said, and you just walk up there with your little shopping bag and just get what you want. Nobody won't say nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I know. I realized one day I just popped up and I stood in the lobby of the activity center bothering people. I'm like, do you know about the garden? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, did you know you can like take stuff? And they're like, eh. They just thought, yeah, they thought it was for other people. And it's like, no, we plant the stuff and take care of it, but we want other people to take it. It's for the community. So go anytime.
Okay. I have a question from Judy. Judy, can you hear me? Can you say something? You
Mhm.
want to say something? Okay,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
just wonder if you know someone or there's access to someone who can help with create a rain garden.
Fantastic. Yes. So we have a phenomenal gardener. And are you interested in doing this at your own home?
Yeah.
That's great. So yeah, I will give you my number and email. Whatever you prefer, you can call, text, or email me.
You're gonna put that in the chat?
Yep, I will be. I'll put that in the chat right now, and I'll connect you with our gardener. He is awesome. So he can help you, work through that, and then also maybe look into resources for getting that started.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, did anybody else have any other questions? Okay, I was gonna say, this is interesting. I'm glad I met you because I'm like, oh, okay. Because we're always trying to let people know about what kind of food sources are available, especially for low income or people in need, as well as people who just need to get fresh stuff. But when you send me this information, you have my email address, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, send it to my email address that I provided you, sent you. And then also, whenever you have any announcements about the things you're doing, make sure you send it to me as well. Okay, and I'd
For
be happy
sure.
to share it with everybody. Like again, I thank you so much. I'm gonna say, do we have any more questions? Okay, I want to thank you so much. And again, I just remind you, we do have a follow-up email blast to this. We will share all the information that you gave us.
I will
With
put that
everybody.
in there because yeah, our food pantry is coming up next week. And then the November one, first 240 families get a turkey. So I know. I know. Now, I don't want to scare anyone. People show up at the crack of dawn and park their cars. The line does not move until we start. So don't be scared of the line of cars. Once it starts moving, it starts moving. And again, please email me if you or someone you know can't make it. They're limited with transportation and would benefit from a monthly food delivery. Please let me know so that we can work on getting them on our food delivery list.
Can you remind me, because I had a placement card for you, but I had technical difficulties with this stuff. So can you remind everyone what is your email number, your email address and phone number?
Yep, I dropped it in the chat, but if you'd like, I can say it for everyone.
Yeah, just in case the people on the phone can hear it as well.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yep. So my name is Emily Athey, Athey. I'm with Project Healthy Community. My phone number, you can call or text, is 586-441-8011. And my email is Emily, Emily, get ready, at projecthealthycommunity.org. Very long last part.
Okay, great. When I send out the summary of the meeting, I'll make sure that information is visible for everyone who gets the reminder, and it goes to everyone. Everyone who signs up or calls me is on my email blast list. So yeah, we may definitely share this with the public. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here.
We will be talking to you about stuff for next year. Don't worry, we're not gonna forget who you are.
Oh, no. No, I'm gonna be sending you a whole bunch of stuff soon, so get ready.
Okay, sounds wonderful.
You have a good
Okay, I believe that Miss Gilbert is now. Is she on? Are you online or are you on the phone? Which one is it, Miss Gilbert? Miss Gilbert, are you on the phone? Oh, she just mentioned that she was online now. Is she in the waiting room, Kim, by chance?
I don't see anybody else in the waiting room at all. Who are you looking for now?
Miss Gilbert, because she said she was going to call, but I don't see.
Oh, so I see she's here. Her
See another phone number wanting to get in?
and I was I don't know if you could see me. I was texting her to find her phone number. She texted me her phone number, but she's not called in on that number on this.
Okay. Well, then we will try to get her again. We'll
So
rotate to
Miss
the
Gilbert,
next.
I don't know if she can hear us. Miss Gilbert, if you can call in using that call-in phone number that Bridget got, and then when that call-in number comes in, then I can attach your your audio, and then we can see you in your video, because it doesn't look like you can. And there's an S. Gilbert here, which is an audio that's unmuted, but I don't hear anything from that audio. So I don't know if you can unmute yourself. I don't know what's going on. It's something on her end, though.
Okay, well, I did text her the phone number directly to her cell phone number. So we'll see if she can get on. But we'll move on to the next speaker, and then we'll try and see if Miss Gilbert is available. Okay, next speaker we have is Regina, who is a candidate, the Democratic candidate for the District 5 State Representative. Regina, are you here?
I am here.
Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone's time. It's good to hear and see many of your voices. I've had the opportunity to participate over the summer in a lot of the walks that took place, which were amazing. So it was wonderful to get to meet many of you at those, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you even more in the coming time ahead. I am current state representative for House District 6, but running for the newly drawn House District 5. The lines have changed with the new redistricting. And so though I haven't moved, my lines changed from where I'm at. So my current district includes about half Oakland County, half Detroit. Picking up a little bit more of Detroit in this new district. It's going further west, which is where San Bernardo Park will be part of. So I'm very excited to have the opportunity to represent this neighborhood and represent many of the new neighborhoods in the district. If you are not familiar with the lines of the new 5, it includes on the Oakland County side, Olive Oak Park minus 1 precinct, and then all of Royal Oak Township. And then in Detroit, it's from 8 Mile to McNichols, with one area that goes further south, to a little bit further south. And then from the Southfield Freeway to the west to Livernois to the east. And so again, excited to get to know many of you. I am a former Detroit Public Schools teacher. I am running for my 3rd term, so I've been a state rep since 2020. And I also used to serve on Oak Park City Council prior to getting elected to state rep. So a lot of what I do in my work is focus on education issues and labor issues. I chair our labor committee, and I also chair I'm sorry, not the committee. I chair our labor caucus, and I also chair our school aid committee on appropriation, so helping set the K-12 budget for the state of Michigan. I just wanted to share some really exciting news of something that just recently happened, because there's not a lot going on in Lansing right now because of the election. But something that did just happen that we were able to get across the finish line was a bill that I had been working very hard on. So House Bill 5503, which I sponsored, which increased the funding for student safety and mental health in the state of Michigan. So we increased it so that this upcoming year it'll be at $150 million for the state. And we also were able to pass another bill that I worked really hard on, House Bill 5803, which permanently lowers the payroll costs that districts have to pay, and also eliminates this 3% charge that many teachers and school employees were paying for their health insurance. Now that the health portion of the teacher's retirement is fully funded. So it will save teachers money, it'll save districts money, which they'll be able to use to invest right back into the classroom, which is where we want that money to go. So I'm really excited about those two pieces of legislation that were just signed last week by the governor, along with another piece of legislation that I was proud to support to help improve literacy across the state by making sure that districts are providing support for students with dyslexia. So very excited about that. I hope again to get to know you all. You have my contact information there. I do want to just give a couple quick plugs for the election, because this is a really critically important election, as you all know. I don't need to preach to the choir on that, but I just want to make sure that you have some important information. First, so you all know, if you are planning on voting in person, you know how to do that. You just go to your local precinct on November 5th. If you're voting absentee, you should already have your absentee ballot. If you have not gotten it yet, you should contact your clerk. But if you're planning to vote early, which is another option, early voting runs from Saturday, October 19th through Sunday, November 3rd. And DetroitVotes.org has information for all the different locations for early voting. And so just so you have that. And then I just want to make sure people know that no matter how you vote, regardless of your party, many people choose to vote straight ticket, which is a great option that we have. But just know that if you do vote straight ticket, you are still missing some critical parts of your ballot, which is the nonpartisan section. So the judges, school board members, as well as any ballot initiatives that are on your ballot will not be counted if you just vote straight ticket. So if you vote straight ticket, or even if you don't, just make sure you also fill in individually, bubble in for all of the judges, all the school board races, and all the ballot initiatives, so that you don't miss. And then just also a PSA for folks that you know, even though the judges are nonpartisan, for our Supreme Court justices, they are nominated by the party. And just so people know if they're interested, the two female candidates running, Kyra Harris Bolden and Kimberly Ann Thomas, were both nominated by the Democratic Party. And then the other two candidates were nominated by the Republican Party. And then there are also two important ballot initiatives on the ballot. There's Prop S, which is DPS-CD renewal of 18 mills. So that is just a renewal. It's not a new tax. And that is really critical, making sure that we are supporting local school districts. And that's going to be predominantly paid for also by businesses, making sure that we're supporting our schools. And then there's also the Wayne County Enhancement Millage, which is a renewal that covers a lot of things, predominantly special education. So that is also really critical. So if you care about education, if you care about making sure that our local schools are properly funded, I'd encourage you to vote for both of those proposals. And then the last thing I just wanted to share is that 482 Forward, which is an organization that is an amazing organization that helps support education, both in Detroit, but also in the state of Michigan. They are running a program right now called Turn Out to Tip the Scales. And they are actually giving away $100 for folks who are able to turn out 10 of their friends, family members to vote and support people to vote. And so I will put a contact or a link in the chat for that if you're interested in getting involved in that. It's a great way to both make sure that you're getting the word out and getting your friends and family to vote, but also potentially to get some extra funding to be able to do that as well. And then very last thing, that if you are interested in volunteering for the one campaign, the Mathis Center is a location for that for folks who are interested. You have my contact information there. I will also throw a couple of the links that I mentioned in the chat. And please feel free to reach out at any point, and also happy to answer any questions that anyone might have.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for candidate Weiss? Because she's been part of our community for a while. She's coming up here, and we have enjoyed her presence as our walks. We have seen her do meet and greets and stuff. So yes. Any questions from the audience?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So in the early voting, can people vote at any location, or do they have to vote in their district?
So for the early voting, you can vote in any, I believe, and Kim can correct me if I'm wrong here, but you can vote at any of the Detroit locations. And then also, just so you know, and this is just so people know what their options. If you were voting absentee, you have your absentee ballot, but you really like the idea of going and voting in person, but you want to like have your ballot and be able to fill it out at home, to do it at your kitchen table, but you like the idea of like feeding it into the machine for whatever reason. You also can do that in an early voting site. So you could fill out your ballot, bring it to an early voting site, and feed it into the voting machine. Or you could just drop it off like you would normally drop it off, put it in your envelope, sign it, make sure it's sealed properly, and drop it off at any of the drop-off locations. And you can also find the drop-off locations as well on that website, the DetroitVotes.org. But you have multiple options for how you want to do that.
Yeah, I was thinking, because we work with youth, so I was thinking that we should do more. And I need to make sure that they get to voting. And my thought was to just find a place in our area and take them.
That's a great idea. And if you know kids, and that if you need help getting them, you want to make sure that they're registered, and you can check the secretary there. They can check the Secretary of State website to do that, or you can help them. And if they're not registered, they should do that as soon as possible. But we do have same day voter registration, so they could do it up until the day of. But it's a lot more hectic. Obviously, there's a lot going on election day. So if anyone's not registered, encourage them to get that done as soon as possible. But they still have that, you still have that option. If you're not registered on election day, you have the option to do that. But you, I believe if you wait that long, you probably have to go downtown and do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them together.
That's great. And let me put that link right now. If you, like I said, if you're able to turn out 10 people and you sign up for this initiative through 482 Forward, you have to commit to doing it, help them turn out to vote, and they will share, or they will give you a $100 gift card for doing it. I'm putting that in the chat right now.
Put in the chat, and I'll make sure we put that in the information that we share. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Regina. Now, after November 5th election, when you officially are part of the House of Representatives representing our area, we will be inviting you again to speak officially as our representative. Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it. And your current rep, Rep Price, who is also amazing. She's not going anywhere. She's still going to be a state rep. Just her district, her lines also changed. So
yes, we got the information, and I'm sure that hopefully she'll be able to come to a couple of our walks when she into the end of her, well, that'll be next year. But we do appreciate Regina, Natalie, for helping us all this time and working with our community. and hopefully we will be able to enjoy your company as well. Because like I said, it's great having representation in our neighborhood where we can talk directly to who represents us. So thank you so much for giving us that opportunity. Okay.
Thank you.
So for this point, I'm
Thank
going.
you.
Okay. With this point, we have are you on here, Sandra? Are you the
Please
more?
tell me I am.
Yes, you are. We can
Am I
hear you.
on?
Yay! Yay! We can hear you.
Awesome. I've been here all the time.
Okay. Go ahead and we're gonna get to your slide right quick, and then we'll.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a whole slide I sent you, or did it come up?
She's on. She's there.
Okay. How about her presentation slide?
Yep,
Did you
it's
have
here.
that?
Yep, I have it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hello, my name is Sandra Gilbert. I don't see any slides, but I've been here all day from the beginning. I don't know what's going on, but never had this problem I'm having right now. I am the admissions manager at SHAR House. That's the original facility at 1852 West Grand Boulevard. I don't see the slide either. However, I want to say that Macomb site just recently closed. I mean, in the last month. So we're at the original site at 1852 West Grand Boulevard. That is a program for detoxification, residential treatment, mental health, aftercare. We do have food on Tuesdays, and that's awesome. I've heard a lot about food, you know, from the community. We also have a clothing closet on Tuesday as well. But if anyone has a substance abuse problem and need help, if anyone's familiar with DWAN, Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, that's the process to get in. However, you know, there are many ways to do things, and I personally try to eliminate any barriers. So if someone's calling and they're having a hard time getting in, we can bring them on in and put them on the 800 number there. That's the authorization process. Our program is for anyone that lives in any part of Wayne County, and we are co-occurring, which is mental health and substance abuse. We've been in the business over 50 years, since 1969. So I say that to say, you know, we have a passion for what we do, and we're going to continue to do what we do. So if anyone needs help, that is the first step. Call 1-800-241-4949. My direct number at SHAR, if you have any type of issue, is area code 313-894-8276. We take men and women. Currently, we have an engagement center right across the street from the residential treatment program, which we're building the top floor for the women. Yay! Because women are always the ones that you know have the most barriers for treatment, looks like. But we do have a program. That's the aftercare facility across the street. It's an engagement center. It's for the whole community. They help folks with things other than substance abuse. It's called SHAR Academy. There are computers for the community in there, but we have what we call peer coaches, which could be someone coming from prison, someone that uses drugs, someone that have a mental health issue. Any issue that you might have, there's a peer for you that has went through it and can help you personally with that. And that process is not an 800 number process. You can call SHAR at 894. I'm sorry, the area code is 313-894-8444, and the extension is 1100, and that's for the engagement center if you have issues other than substance abuse. Although it does deal with substance abuse as well, but we've expanded through the years to do more for the community, so we are represented. Every year we have the Juneteenth, close the streets off, and have a good time and celebrate. I really hate that I couldn't get my get on here like I wanted to get on here, but I've been I've been here. I've heard everything you guys had to say. If there are any questions, I'd be more than glad to answer them.
Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna say, I well, like I said, we've been having, that's what happens when you lie, you get technical difficulties. I want to mention also, you sent me a PowerPoint presentation yesterday, but I could not pull up the file. So I text you my email address so that you, on your phone, your cell phone, if you can send that
Yes,
to
I
me
see it.
again today, after the meeting's over, I'll be happy to include that in my email blast that summarizes this meeting, along with the other things you have and your information. So I don't know, are you on the phone or are you inside the meeting? You on
I'm on the phone and I can see the meeting as well. I've been here since the quarter two. I believe in getting places early.
Okay.
And
What I
I'm
want to
so
do is
disappointed.
can you repeat one more time? You say you moved to a new location?
No, I said the brochure that I sent you, it never came up either. So no one got to see that. I wanted to eliminate Chair Macomb. We're
Okay.
only in Detroit now.
Okay, great.
There's an aftercare facility yeah.
Detroit address. I'll make sure if he repeats that. Okay.
That's 1852, 1852 West Grand Boulevard. It's the main facility.
Okay.
And I'm putting it in the chat as well.
On the screen.
Okay. And the other ones are not. Okay. The main, okay, I got you. So what we'll do is if we have any questions in the audience, because I really was very wanted the community to know about if someone has problems with substance abuse, or know someone with substance abuse issues, they could contact. Oh, I see, Mr. Welbourne, you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. To the lady, what's her name, Sandra?
Yes, Sandra.
Is there, Sandra, okay, I hate to pronounce people's names wrong. But anyway,
That's all right.
is there a way that you can, I heard there's a form you can get to sign that they will automatically, if I sign it for a person in my family, I can have them, come to your establishment for what, 30 days or 60 days? Because
no,
my
it
brother,
is.
Go ahead.
There's not. You can't commit anyone to our program. That a person in crisis, normally that happens in an emergency room, and then once they're stabilized, there's a form in any emergency room if someone is in crisis, and once they're stabilized, we can take them after that to continue their treatment if that's what they need. But they have to be stabilized first. It's called self-help addiction rehabilitation because it is for those people who want it. It's ironic that you say that because today I had someone and bring their son in there, of course, because you have to be 18 or above. And he couldn't wait for his parents to turn around and leave so he could leave. And I explained to them that we were not a jail. We were a place where people who wanted help can get it. And I mean, if you get them there, sometimes you got to wait for them. You have to wait for them to be ready. But stay, still do your part as far as intervention. Please do. And you can always call me and we can see what we can do.
Just a minute. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
I'm putting my.
Not me, no.
Okay, you gonna put your information again, can you put it in the chat, or we can just?
That's my direct number at work. If you have any questions or have someone that wants to come in, you have a problem, that 800 number, and I'll put D-Win's number in the chat too, because that is the PIHP. That's where everyone gets assessed at and then referred out to treatment. They talk to everyone in the Wayne County area. Oh, I think my messages are going directly to Kim. Okay. Kim, Miss Tandy, do you see those messages? I see they going directly to you when you were trying to get me started. It doesn't say to everyone, but I did put it in the chat, but it's going direct message to Miss Tandy.
I can try to see if I can redirect them. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Thank you. Thank you. I can, let me see. Let me, I don't probably have that much time, though. I would try to help figure it out, too, because I was to everyone when I started. So, yeah. So, are there any other questions? And please forgive me again for all the technical difficulties. I was just on this yesterday all day with no problem.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to have you come back again next year. So you can
I would be glad
share this information, because I was so pleased I got a chance to meet you at the Mathis Center. We're always looking for information we can share with the community that is impactful. So I definitely will ask you to come back again next year and then share this information once again, because people who might need your facility should know about it. Okay.
Absolutely. We're there for them.
Okay, so at this point it's getting to be 7 o'clock. I'm gonna go to Kim, and then we have a couple other updates from some Wayne County different departments, and also for the Councilwoman office. So let's go ahead, Kim, and we'll let you go ahead and say what you need to share with the community.
Absolutely. Again, so good to see everyone. Again, I hate that this is the last one, but I know it's time for a little break sometimes. And I'm sure that we'll be sending some information in to make sure that you all stay abreast of what's going on. And I do want everyone to know that your district office is definitely at Northwest Activity Center. Sean and I are in the office, but we're not there all the time. That's only because it's just us as staff. So we don't have 5, 6, 7, 8 staff. It's just Sean and I. And so when we are out talking to residents or at meetings, there's no one else to be in that space. So this is our information. Myself, I'm your district manager, Sean, who's a deputy manager, Tanisha, who is your business liaison for all of the businesses in District 2, and Barb Crosby, who has been part of our team for a very long time, who is now the ARPA representative, but she is also in the office and helps us as well. So I just wanted to make sure that you had that information. And then, as you all are taking a little bit of break at San Bernardo Park's meetings, our district meetings are always the second Tuesday. However, this month, the second Tuesday, we also had a charter meeting that we all had to attend. And so our district meeting, along with our Pathways to Home Ownership meeting, is October 24th. So we'll have that one, and then next month it'll be the second Tuesday. Again, for your regular District 2 meeting. Those meetings, this meeting and the next meeting in November will be online and in person. Our November meeting is going to be a very important one because we are going to be talking about budget. And so budget will be coming in. They want to hear your concerns about what you think should go in that budget. So please make sure that you're in attendance to that one in November. This meeting that's coming up this week on Thursday, I think it's Thursday, October 24th, at Northwest Activity Center. We're going to be talking again a little bit more about the beautification grant and some other opportunities there. We'll have the land bank that'll be there, and then we'll have our pathways to home ownership. And what is that? So what we're trying to do is to make sure that all of these vacant houses have somebody in them. And the best way to do that is, one, to try and see if we can get our renters that are in the community ready to be homeowners. And then if you have properties or vacant properties that are in your neighborhood, that you can start to show and give out some information about some of the things that are out there and available. We'll have bankers. We'll have all kind of other lenders. We'll have people that can help you get your credit correct. We can have anything that has anything to do with buying and maintaining a home. We will have somebody there to service and give you some information. So we'll have a little bit of a presentation. Each one of those vendors will also have tables for individual conversations. And so we're really excited about October 24th. And then just to let you know that we are continuing our Blight Task Force meeting. We've missed a couple this year only because they've been in conflict for other schedules, but the next one is November 5th at 11 o'clock. These meetings are there just so we can all talk about certain situations that are happening and hear what's going on. We are going to, at this Blight Task Force meeting, go through again the process of BSEED and what you need to do when you see some blight. There are a couple of avenues in order for you to get some reprieve in those situations. One is through Improve Detroit. Another is calling Sean and myself. But again, if you can, we'd love for you to put it on Improve Detroit also, because we'd love to get that inquiry number. And so when I talk about blight, I talk about dumping. I talk about vacant houses. I talk about cars. I talk about just any kind of other kind of things that just don't look pretty in your neighborhood. And we are working very, very hard to get those things cleaned up. One of the things that we're getting a lot of again, because now it's springtime, it's fall, it's fall. We do pick up yard waste every week, but those limbs that you all are putting out have got to be bundled in order for them to get picked up. So we're starting to see people, trees are falling, wind happens, rain stuff, and they take these things out and put them in front of their yards, and they're big branches and they're all over. The city is not going to pick those up. So they've got to be cut into 4 feet. They've got to be bundled, and they can only be so much per week. We are picking it up every week. But when you put that up out there, none of your yard waste is going to get picked up. So please, let's be conscious of that. And if there's something that you can't cut up, you can always call 876-0004 and ask for a paid pickup. It's going to be the cheapest way to get rid of those things. And the city will give you a quote on what that is, and they'll pick it up the next day. So if we could be conscious of that, that would be very, very helpful. And then I just want to go through quickly. In November, we're going to start our beautification grant process again. And this grant process is for, between $5,000 and $15,000 that you can put on a vacant lot somewhere near your home. Now, these are not side lots. These are not lots that you own next to your house. These got to be a vacant lot. It either the city owns, and then you can do a land license for a little while and do some work on it, or a nonprofit or a neighborhood organization actually owns those parcels. But it's a way for us to beautify. So this last grant that we had out, there were 157 grants totaling about $2.1 million worth of investment. And you can see by the dots kind of where they are. And so we need to get a couple more up here in your area to clean up some of these lots and get some beautification in these spaces. So I'm really encouraging you, and if you have some other questions about which lots maybe possibly could be, we can talk about that. But I'd really like to see a little bit more in District 2. So and in some of these vacant spaces that we're seeing that are not necessarily getting a lot of those grants. So you have to be, all of these things is you must be a registered block club or a neighborhood association. It has to be a nonprofit and faith-based organization that apply in partnership with that. So if your neighborhood association is not a nonprofit, then you can partner with one. And it has to be 501c3, and then you have to show proof of ownership. Now, this is the thing, guys. It can't be that Miss Johnson owns the lot and we want to beautify it. It would have to be in the LLC or 501c3's name in order to get this money. The money that we're getting from ARPA, we can't give to a person for their personal lots. So that's why we're asking this to be in those names. It has to be an R1, R2, so it has to be in a residential district. Again, and we want you to make sure that we have some proof of ownership. Some of the things that you can do are community gardens with raised beds, fruit trees, ornamental gardens, landscaping, just some landscaping with trees and benches and tables, some artwork, putting a fence up, putting boulders around it, cleaning up, just like clearing out the brush, grading and seeding, There are some opportunities that you can do things in the alleys. So there are some neighborhoods, there's two actually in District 2 that actually just applied for alleys to be cleaned with this money, and doing some beautification in that. So that's an opportunity, getting some graffiti off, and then some litter removal. Things that you cannot do in this program are putting up sheds or rainwater, so we can't have any structures built on these with these fundings. No pavilions, no big water features, and we can't do construction rehab, and when I said cleaning, you can clean and beautify the alley, but there's no like real activation as far as building things in those spaces. And so, again, you're gonna complete an application. You're gonna make sure that the neighborhood association and the block clubs are in support. You can get up to $15,000. You do need to do a plot plan, but that does not mean that you need an architect. You can sketch something up and show us where things are gonna be. It's pretty easy, and the city will help you with those. And then you have to have that partnership letter, your 501c3 document. So if you don't own the lot, there are some land bank lots where you can do a lot licensing program. So what we would do is sign you up to kind of be the stewards of that lot for a certain amount of time so that you can actually get this money and put it into that property so that it's beautiful and that you would keep it over there. So the parcels are the neighborhood lots that are in the area. And again, these would be for cleanup and beautification, flower activities only for that space. So I'm going to show you a couple of lots that are across the city. This is one lot, and after the beautification, it looks like this. Now, let me just say, this back here is on another lot. So that is not what you can do. So those big water catch basins and that's on another lot. So we're looking at these lots this way, where the beautification happened, for that. This is another lot that was in this program, and this is what it looks like right now. And so we're really excited about how these projects can transform neighborhoods. So we really want to see those happening in our neighborhoods. And like I said, over in your neck of the woods, there's not been any that have happened. So this information, there's going to be an information session on October 28th specifically for this. If you're interested, please let me know. I'll make sure that you have that information. The application opens up November 4th. There's gonna be how to do your plot plan and permitting information on November 6th. There'll be another question and answer session on the 13th, and those applications are due by December 13th. They're not hard applications, but there are some things that you might need a little help with. So we're asking that you start October 28th if you're interested. There is a team of people that are willing to help you through this process. I can tell you that they are incredibly helpful. So if you need any of the information, it's on the screen right now. However, if you actually can't write it down at this time and you need some help on those, please let me know. The neighborhood beautification program hours right now are Wednesdays from 9 to 11 and Fridays from 11 to 1 p.m. However, once the application opens, they can't help you with your specific kind of programming. I mean, they'll try as much as possible, but there's some legalities in there. So your land-based programs are every first Thursday of the month from 12 until 1 p.m. So that's a beautification, and I just want to make sure that we get as much of this money into District 2. Of course, all of these funds have to be used before the end of the year next year. So it's only this opportunity is probably might happen one more time, but I don't think so. I think this is going to be it. So if you all have some lots or some places in your neighborhood that you want to beautify, let's use this money. It's money that's free. There's no attachments back to it, and I just wanted to make sure that we are all using that at this time. So that's basically what I had for this month, Bridget. And if there's any questions, I'm here.
Does anyone have any questions or concerns they need to address for Kim before we move on? Now, Kim, I do want to thank you so much because I know that whenever we have blight issues, I contact you directly for each individual concern, and then have responded to you. So I do appreciate you and Sean's helping us try to keep our neighborhood as blight free as possible. So
You
thank
want
you
to
very
just,
much.
as we talk about blight, so the corner, we're gonna continue to work on that one corner with the restaurant situation, so I
The
haven't forgotten.
kitchen.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
because
continue.
they still need the side, they got two windows that are still open. It's like the entrance windows. You can't see them. They're like on both sides. It's like a little square that comes out of the building, and where you will walk in, there's two windows there. And of
Yeah.
course, it's constantly, and that's something that Judy be contacting you about, and we follow up. Yeah, so that's still a major issue.
No,
Um,
I know it's a major issue. I've actually put it on a different list of a really serious problem building because we've written tickets, we've tried to close it up. They tear the boards off. That stuff in the back is it's all of it. It's just a really issue. So I'm accelerating it a little bit more too because I think that in our legal situation we need to do something different with it. So I just want you to know that we are still absolutely working on that. I hope that the hanging out next to it has really stopped because it's starting to get cooler, but um I've been asking people, our DPD to go by there regularly to try and see if we can move people along. But depending on what's happening around, and as far as our police force is concerned, that's not necessarily the number one priority. So but I don't want you to think that I've forgotten about that one. We are going to work on that until we resolve it. Until it's either occupied, torn down, a new owner, whatever. We're going to work on it until we resolve it.
Okay, we have one question from Leah. Leah, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Hello, Kim. It's so good to have you talk with us again. Okay, earlier this summer, we had about 10, 12 trees planted on Lauder between James Cousins and Vassar. Of the 10 trees, perhaps 3 survived. And for the last few months, I've been trying to locate a department who would look into this for me. Can you give me any help?
Sure. So I'm sure that would be forceful. So you're saying on James Cousin between where and where?
On Lauder Street, between James Cousins and Vassar. And I have yet not been successful in finding the department that can give me some advice on how to handle this.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come out and look at the trees that you're talking about, try and take some pictures. Unless you have some, you can text or email them to me. And give me some examples of what has happened. So there was about 100 trees and only 3 of them were living?
Okay, there were about 10 or 12 trees. And of the 10 or 12 trees, only 3 appeared to be still living back this summer. Some of the trees never developed leaves. Some had leaves that died. And the 2 or 3, they're beginning to shed leaves now because it is autumn. But for the most part, the trees planted did not have leaves on it this summer.
Okay, so if you could send me, or you want to text me or send me your information or whatever, I'll follow up with you on this through our forestry. I know that there are some trees that take a little while to kind of take, but I don't know. I want to make sure we know what these trees are, and whether or not they need a season or so to kind of get through there. But yeah, so let me follow up with that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay, then thank you very much, Kim. We're going to move on to our last couple of people who have announcements. First, I don't see Carol Weaver here. So I'm going to go ahead. Robeon, Ms. Cooper.
Robeon, you almost got it, Bridget.
Okay. Go ahead and share what's going on at Councilwoman Calloway's office.
Alrighty, so next week we have a pretty busy week On Monday, October 21st, we will be having our District 2 virtual meeting. That's going to be on Zoom for only 1 hour from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. This upcoming Wednesday on October 23rd, the Youth and Civic Engagement Task Force will be having their first info session, and that's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Northwest Activity Center. My ask is that anyone who has youth, which is anyone from 14 to 24 years old, who's looking to be a participant in our task force, any nieces that you have, grandkids, kids, we would love to have them. And then the very next day, on Thursday, October 24th, we're going to have a District 2 Business Roundtable. So this is just for all of the businesses in the district that have been here, or any people that are interested in having businesses. We are going to have a special guest with Congressman Shri Thanadar, and that is going to be held at the Shri Thanadar Community Center. That is on Livernois and Pickford. And that will also be from 4 to 6 p.m. We just ask that if you are interested, you register, and you can either register by phone, or if you have your phone now, you can scan the QR code. It is on Eventbrite. And that concludes my report.
Now, the business meeting, that is free to the public. The
Yes.
business task force, and also the youth engagement event is also free to the public, correct? Okay, great. I don't see Crystal here, and I don't see Carol here, but I do see Mr. Blackman and Mr. Welbourne. Are you still here? Can you tell us what's going on at the the Commissioner's Irma Coleman's what she's doing on right now at her office? Mr. Welbourne, can you unmute yourself? Hello. Okay, as usual, technical.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead and share what's going on in your office.
All right, if I'm gonna get, I gotta get out.
Oh, okay. Okay. I really don't have anything, because everything's been quiet down there. I just want to tell everybody, make sure you vote. Because if you don't, I might show up on your doorsteps. Because I believe in when you come trying to vote, you vote. And yeah, just say, wish everybody, this is your last meeting for the year, right?
Yeah, this is the last meeting for the year.
Yeah, I want to wish everybody a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. And I will see you all next year.
Okay, then great. We appreciate all the updates you and the other Wayne County offices, and also Councilwoman Calloway's office been given throughout the year. It's nice for us to get the information. Also, I want to thank Kim Tandy's district and the District 2 office for hosting our virtual meetings, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So we do appreciate your office being with us and staying with us and helping us get the word out to the community. As Mr. Welbourne mentioned, this is the last San Bernardo Park community meeting for the year of 2024. We will resume back in March of 2025 with more guest speakers and more information for the community. So please, I would like to invite you to sign up in the interim for our email blast by either calling me at 313-437-1062 or emailing us at sbpa_blockclub@yahoo.com, so that you can continue to get information that we receive throughout the rest of this year and the beginning of next. So with that in mind, I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening, and thank all the speakers that are here today and the ones in the past this year for participating and providing such very informative and impactful information to our residents in San Bernardo Park Association. So everyone, have a very good holiday. All holidays coming up between now and the next time we meet. and we will see you next year. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay. Stay on for a minute, Kim. Bye-bye. Wait for everybody to okay. Looks like everybody, did we just remove the people at the point? Yeah. Okay. I just want to say, if you turn off the recording for the meeting. Okay, the recording is off?